Hey guys, it's Misty with My Paper Cuts, and tonight I'm coming on with a card share. This card I created for the hashtag Freaky Friday. This hashtag was dreamt up by Susan Tootsie Tucker. Her channel is Crafted Adventures with Susan Tootsie Tucker. I'll make sure I link her down below. She is another Halloween loving gal like me. A lot of people call her the Queen of Halloween because she adores Halloween. So Susan, thank you so much for coming up with this hashtag. I love the excuse to dig into my Halloween stash, and I have a whole bin, like this huge bin now of colored images, and several of them are Halloween, so I was really happy to dig in there and find some and make some cards today. Hopefully for the inaugural day of Freaky Fridays, which just happens to be Friday the 13th, how appropriate. I tried to pick a pretty freaky, to some, image to work with. And like I said, I'd already watercolored these, so hopefully, Susan, this will do your hashtag justice. This is the paper I worked with. It is Tombstones and Bones. I believe this was last year or the year before at Joann's. It's DCWV. It is, I love gold and white and black Halloween paper pads. For some reason, whenever I see them, I always buy them. But this is what it looks like. In fact, I bought two of these. I liked it so much. So that's the paper that I used. And this is the stamp set. So this is from Whimsy, one of my favorite companies. They do some really unique images, just something really different. This is called Gargoyle and Friends. It's DP1077 if you're interested. It's got the 3 gargoyles and then a few little sentiments. I have colored these 2 images here. My card today uses this one, but I also have this one colored up. So after I'm done filming tonight, I'm going to use my other image, which I'll show at the end of the video. I'll use that in another card, but I'll share how I colored it. So that's the stamp set that I used. So here is the card. So I watercolored the image. I had some tonic watercolor paper that I had gotten in one of the tonic kits. As you can see, it's very textured. So I wanted to try it out. So I used the whole pad that I got for these images. It was just enough for me to do one set of each. I think I did 7 or 8 cards in each one. But I loved this image so much, and I love this sentiment. It says, "Hello, mortal." So I watercolored the image on that watercolor paper, and then I cut it out with a penny black die set, and I forgot to bring that over because I have a couple other things I want to share, but it's the decal rectangles. I love it because it's really heavily decaled. I inked around the edges of that with vintage photo and a little bit of black soot. Originally, I was going to try to burn the edges because I thought that would be so appropriate for this image, but I didn't trust myself, so I wussed out and decided to just do a little bit of black soot to just darken it up even more. Behind that is a chunk of spooky cloth. It is the gray one. I love the gray spooky cloth. In fact, I realized when I dug it out to do this card, I need to get some more this year when it comes out. So, because I have black and I have the off-white, but I'm almost out of the gray. So this strip behind there is a tonic specialty paper. It is one of their cotton papers. It is called Broken Glass, and it's silver. And I kept a strip out so I could show you guys up close without that glare. So it's very silver and very textured, but they're cotton. And on the other side, it's white. I actually love the texture of this. That's the really cool thing about those tonic specialty papers, is you could use either side. That almost looks like webbing or scaling to me. I don't know, it's just really cool. But it was a bit too silver and clean for what I was going for here. So when I inked it up with some vintage photo as well, and I just took a brush and just kind of went over the top to just grunge it up a little more so it wasn't quite so bright. These 2 little bats are cut out of a piece of black cardstock that I splattered with Tim Holtz, the Crooked Broomstick mica stain from Halloween last year. I love this, and I am always terrified to use it because I don't want to run out. This is my favorite one because it's brown. So I made a really interesting discovery today. So I have somewhere here. Okay, here's what it looks like, which you can see here, but here's what Tim Holtz's broomstick looks like on black. I also had this in my stash, and I noticed when I got my sprays out upside down, they're almost similar. In fact, the Lindy's is a little warmer, which I actually like even more. It's just got a warmer brown tone to it. So this is the Moon Shadow Mist in Gossamer Gold, and that is this one. And so you can see them side by side here. They are so similar now. I'm not afraid of running out of the Tim Holtz one because I have this big bottle of the Lindy's. You can see the size comparison there. So I am not going to run out, and I know that I could order another one and definitely be all set. But I wanted to share that in case you guys either missed out on Tim's release, or you've used it up, or you're afraid of using it up like me, that these two colors are really similar. And I think I'm going to go through my other Lindy sprays to see if I have any others that are similar to the other colors. But yeah, that was a super exciting discovery for me. I'm not so scared to use it now. And then, of course, the background paper on here is just one of the pattern papers from the paper pad. I did cut it out with my Tim Holtz Decal trimmer. It's really hard to see. Hopefully you can see right there. It's a really slight decal. It's really nice because it's not as pronounced as this, but it's not just a straight edge either. And then, of course, I inked that paper again with Vintage Photo. And on the inside, I meant to ink this, so I'll probably go back and ink this around the edges too. But I just inlaid a couple of bats. I just made sure I cut out lots of those, and I inlaid them on the inside of the card. So there is that card, and here is the rest of them. So I tried to mix it up and picked a different sheet for each card, and there are 7 of them, so that they would all have a kind of unique look. I like this one with the skeleton hands with the different poses in the background. And then I, as promised, I will also share, this is how I colored that other image. I did it a little more bright and cutesy. I just, that pumpkin is so cute. So I have a stack of those that I did that I will eventually turn into a card. And I think I'm going to use this image with this paper pad because it's still got this kind of gothic spooky look, but it's got some of the brighter oranges and stuff in it. So I think it'll go better with the coloring that I did on that image. So yeah, I'm excited to get that one done. And I wanted to say thank you again to Susan for starting this hashtag. It's going to be so much fun every Friday. I'm going to participate as much as I can. Fridays are difficult because I have to work. But like I said, I have lots of colored images already done. So it gives me an excuse, if nothing else, to make cards. One more thing that I did want to share. I almost forgot. Sorry, you guys. I got this glue, and I don't mean to pick on Simon again. I really do love Simon Says Stamp. But this glue came in one of the card kits, and it's been sitting here, so I decided to use it tonight. And I use really heavyweight cardstock in my cards, but I just wanted to share, this warped my paper like crazy. The Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and this bottle's trash because it's almost gone. But this is hands down my favorite glue. It never warps my paper. It gives me a little bit of wiggle time to get things positioned just right, but then it grabs nice and quick. It dries really quick. This here took so long to grab, and it took so long to dry, and then all of my cards are now warped. It's probably hard to see on camera, but so I don't know if it's just because I live in Arizona and glues are different here, but I am not happy with this glue. So I just wanted to throw that in there. I would experiment with it before you use it on an important project. I'm glad I used it on cards so that I could figure that out. But I mean, it's so warped it doesn't even want to lay flat, which my cards usually do. So again, I just wanted to share that real quick. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks again, Susan. And hopefully I'll see you guys next week with another Halloween share. All right, you guys, have a great weekend if I don't post anything, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.